Hi friends, this week we're going to read about amphibians, and amphibians are different than reptiles because they spend some of their time on land and some in the water. Their skin is just smooth and wet, whereas reptiles were dry and bumpy. They're also cold-blooded like reptiles. So we're going to read about amphibians. This is called Salamander, Frog, and Polliwog. What is an amphibian? This is by Brian B. Cleary. Amphibians are animals. You'll find them near or in a lake or stream or on dry land, and most will have smooth skin. All of them have backbones, and they have no scales or fur. Plus, they're all cold-blooded, which affects their temperature. So they have a backbone. Unlike you or me, their body transformed by what's in their environment from cool to hot to warm. So they stay cold, hot, or warm depending on what they're around or on. Amphibians are born from eggs that don't have any shell. Instead, their eggs are made of something gooey like a gel. When most are born, they breathe through gills beneath the water, and as they get older, they'll grow lungs and spend more time on land. Some have solid colored skin, while some have dots or stripes, and all around the world there are a host of different types. Toads are in this class or group. The same is true of frogs. At birth, they're both called tadpoles or sometimes polliwogs. So tadpoles are what baby frogs and toads look like. They don't look anything like frogs. They have a tail and they kind of look like a fish, but then they grow their legs and become a frog. The kids don't look like grown-ups, not even just a tad, but when they're first hatched, but over time they'll look like mom and dad. So they lose their tail, they grow 4 legs, and they look like a frog. One type of amphibian looks like a snake or worm. In water, mud, or dirt, it's known to slither, swim, and squirm. This is a caecilian. So it looks kind of like a worm, but it's called a caecilian, and it's an amphibian. These legless creatures burrow with a head that's blunt and strong, and range from just your finger's length to nearly 5 feet long. So they range from being the size of a finger or about as tall as me. Salamanders tend to like the damp and dark to thrive. Their front feet mainly have 4 toes, their back feet mostly 5. So salamander kind of looks like a lizard, but it doesn't have scales. It has that smooth skin. And we said that lizards, most of them have 5 toes on each feet. A salamander has 4 on the front and 5 on the back. Sometimes one will have its tail when enemies are near, and then escapes just as it drops, detaching at the rear. We read that last week, that some animals, like lizards, they can let go of their tail and just get rid of it so they can escape from their predator. And the new tail grows back. Amphibians are awesome. They've survived through the ages. For more fun facts that are riveting, just look on the last pages. So, what's an amphibian? Do you know? An animal is an amphibian if it has a backbone, it has no feathers, fur, hair, or scales, or claws. In addition, amphibians are cold-blooded. That means they can't make their own body heat. Their bodies are the same temperatures as their surroundings. And most amphibians live underwater and breathe with gills while they're young, and live on land and breathe with air as adults. They're born from eggs and have smooth skin. Okay, so today what I want to know, when we're talking about amphibians, what is your favorite amphibian from the book? Was it a toad? Was it a frog? Was it the caecilian that kind of looks like a long snake or a worm? Or was it the salamander? See you next time, friends.